Hi, it's you and Ellery here, and in this channel what I'm aiming to do is really show you through the progress that I'm making with developing a bunch of new bonsai. So a lot of these are from pre-bonsai, and I show you a range of strategies in which you can start to create your own bonsai for cheap, but also through bonsai that you've bought. Now in this video what I'm going to be developing is a new bonsai out of this bougainvillea bush that I bought, and I bought this one from Coles. So this was a nursery grown bonsai or bougainvillea bush. Now another thing that I'm going to go through with you today in this video is how I propagated this ficus leaf. So I'm not 100% sure what type of ficus this leaf is from. It is a ficus that I bought in my very first bonsai back in April of 2020. So we'll have a look and see how it goes, but basically what I've done is I've taken off one of the leaves and I've just stuck it in this little shot glass full of water, and I've had it sitting in there on my kitchen sink for 2 months. So it was probably about mid-April that I took that, and it's currently the 10th of July 2020, so it's taken 2 months, and you can now see this little root that's starting to come out the bottom of this leaf. So I'll go through potting this ficus leaf and then how I develop my bougainvillea bonsai. To pot my new ficus bonsai, what I'm going to do is just put it in this tiny little training pot. I could put it in a bonsai pot, I do have a few here today, but I'm just going to put it in this tiny little training bonsai just to get a little bit larger, and then hopefully I can put it into a larger trading pot later on and see how big I want to get this bonsai first. The other bonsai that I have, which I propagated this leaf from, is my little root over rock bonsai, and that's pretty small, so hopefully I'm going to grow this bonsai up to be a much larger bonsai, which I'll then cut down to be still a large bonsai tree. So the first thing that I would do when getting a normal pot for a bonsai is check the draining holes in the bottom. So you can see in this pot, because it is just a seedling pot, the draining holes are very small, so I don't actually need to cover them up. But I'll go over with you later, while I'm developing my bougainvillea bonsai, how I actually go through the process of filling up those drainage holes or covering them up so you don't lose the soil from your pot. But with such a small drainage holes, as you can see in this pot, there's not really much point in covering it up. So I'm just going to go ahead and put in my bonsai soil. Now for this leaf, which is very young plant, only really got one main root that it's growing off now, so I really want a nice and fine soil, but also a fine soil with a lot of nutrients. So what I've got is my normal soiling mix, which I'm going to fill this up with now. So the mix that I have that I actually fill this up with, it's about even parts. So it's got one part just your standard potting mix, which is mostly bark in it, and other than that it's got a lot of peat and it's got a lot of vermiculite, so it's about even parts of those three, and then I've thrown in some extra just your standard peat moss in there as well, just to help with rootings and so forth. So it's a very well draining mix, but it's also got a lot of fine material in there, such as your bark and also your moss. So all of that really helps to keep it well draining, a lot of water retention, but also it's got enough little finer bits in there that the roots won't be too exposed to any air. So it'd be good for this young tree. So this is a common mix that I do use, and for some of my other bonsai I would definitely filter out a lot of the finer products, but for seedlings it's definitely fine with this. So all I'm going to do is put this leaf that's been germinated into this little pot, cover it with soil, and then I'm going to water it and put it in a sunny area. Now for the first couple of days I'm going to leave it out of direct sunlight, and I'll probably leave it in a bit of an area that only gets about 2 to 4 hours of sunlight a day, just for it to start getting healthy. And once we come properly into spring, then I'll probably put it out somewhere where it can get more sunlight. So here we have our new little ficus bonsai. Thanks for watching. I do hope to develop a lot more videos like this in the future, so if you had enjoyed this video, just hit the like button, comment if there's any plants in particular that you would like me to do any videos on, or if you have any questions about the bougainvillea or the ficus as I developed earlier, and subscribe if you are interested in more content such as this. Thanks for watching. Enjoy your day.